Hello, it's Giles here from 101 Part-Time Jobs. If you like what we're doing and you'd like to support us, you can. For £1, £4 or £10 a month at our Patreon, patreon.com/101 Part-Time Jobs. You can help support our independent production. We are so happy with the way this is going. We appreciate all of you listening and watching our episodes. So thank you for being here. If you'd like to take it that one step further, you can. That's at patreon.com/101 Part-Time Jobs. Cheers.
Ready to soundtrack your summer? With Red Bull Summer All Day Play, you choose a playlist that fits your summer vibe the best. Are you a festival fanatic, a deep end DJ, a road dog, or a trail mixer? Just add a song to your chosen playlist and put your summer on track. Red Bull Summer All Day Play. Red Bull gives you wings. Visit redbull.com/brightsummer to learn more. See you this summer.
Experience a membership that backs your business journey with American Express Business Platinum. When you pay with membership rewards points for all or part of an eligible flight booked with a qualifying airline through Amex Travel, you can get 35% of those points back, up to 1 million points back per calendar year. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
I think like maybe a good place to start with you guys is like second album. It's so fucking good.
Thank you.
It's so you're like consummate professional players, and I think that where does that come from? It sounds like you've been doing it fucking decades.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, I guess we kind of have really, like, I guess me and King kind of like met when we were like kids, when we were like 10-year-old, and like just pushed each other to get into music and get better at it basically. And we've kind of just been doing music together for since we were 10 basically.
Right.
Started this project when we were like 16, 17, like in the lockdown or something like that, under the name of Knats. But before then we were playing a lot of like rock and like all sorts of different stuff basically.
I think a big part of that is like learning what you're trying to do and like learning what you care about. Do you know what I mean? And how you want to do it.
Yeah.
That takes time.
Yeah, 100%. Because I guess like with the first record, it was very much like we were going for like a particular kind of vibe, like kind of trying to fit into what was already going on in like London and like that whole like UK jazz thing with like a lot of the tunes, because they were wrote like so long ago. So long ago. With the new stuff, it feels like more of like a sound and like more like unapologetically Geordie. Yeah, I'm fascinated by that idea of taking something fun that you enjoy and like taking that seriously. Yeah, because that's a complex range of emotions in it.
Yeah, I feel like we also, I don't want to use the term taking the piss because that would be maybe incorrect, but there's a huge fun element, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
fun.
I feel like the best way to go about music is just to like give it like 100%, but also just like
enjoy it as well.
Just have a smile on your face.
I suppose when that means like when things like don't go to plan, that means you can like maybe roll with the punches a little bit.
Yeah, I think like with the first record, I think we were just so like, we just got this big opportunity. We were like, cool, let's make an album. We had all this music we'd been playing for years. We like, I put effort into it, but I don't think I was like really prepared to like, make a record in terms of like my knowledge of like arranging, like orchestration, just general like songwriting and stuff. I needed like a long time to just really get it together. Yeah. And then obviously with this one, it was like, all right, cool. I know we've got another album in us, like with it, we've got this thing. We had Gearbox still on obviously before the whole Fontana thing happened. So I just really like locked in for a long time. I wrote all this music, and then the concept came together all the time. And then I was like, right, no, this is awesome. Like, this is something.
And Fontana's a great label. I mean, they got loads of amazing different stuff on, like Ludovico Einaudi to like Jordan Rakai to like, that seems like I suppose when you're growing up, I don't know, the labels I knew about when I was growing up were like the rock labels. I didn't know too much about jazz labels or just kind of like the more sort of, I don't know, out there stuff of the different sonics, basically. Yeah,
they seem great. They seem like a really good label because they're like really keen to kind of go with what we want to do, basically, which is like, we want to go down this more kind of rock route, more like a bit more like artsy, alternative sort of thing.
And that maybe led to like the Geordie Creep stuff.
No,
that was like completely separate.
You already had that in mind. Okay.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, it happened like when we were recording the first album. like I just sent Geordie like a request on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because I was a massive fan of Black Midi at the time. It was like for his personal account. And then like he was just looking through his requests and I was like, oh yeah, okay. And then pressed on my account, followed me, sent me a message.
Oh, no.
Because like Black Midi had just finished right about that time and he was like looking for new people to play with. So he sent a message, he was like, oh man, let's have a jam, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then we met up, we had a play. It was just me and him the first time. And then I was like super nervous, obviously. I think like this guy's like literally like been my hero since I was like a kid, you know. And then I got Stan in, we played together, and then from there like we started to build this friendship, which like has like kind of gone beyond just being like musical partners. You know, we done loads of gigs together. Me and Stan just got back from doing like a little Asia tour with him as well. And before that, we've done like trio gigs where we'd like play through his tunes and like improvise some stuff and like stuff like that. It's been great.
It's cool how that can come from like a message.
Yeah, it's something so small.
That's a good part of Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. It's such like it's kind of become like the new portfolio today. You know, like kind of need it as a modern day musician.
In music, people are talking a lot more about like opportunities and like cost of access. Being from like the Northeast, growing up in those areas where you're like, okay, well, is this even something I can do? Was there that element of like, I love playing music, but what's the actual realistic opportunity?
I didn't really know I didn't know a single like professional musician like growing up. So I didn't see it as an option. Obviously growing up in like a Nigerian household, you know, like the only jobs that you kind of see is like, I don't know, they seem like the most viable for you, considering like your parents have moved here, you know, they've like sacrificed so much for you to like grow up in like a better place. It's like something that seems more conventional to them, like a doctor, lawyer, whatever, blah, blah. So like I was always obsessed with music, but I never actually like wanted to like do it because of that reason. I never like committed to like doing it until like the last moment. I actually was like, before when I finished my A-levels, I actually applied for sociology originally. I was going to go and study it, and then like I ended up like not getting the grades that I wanted. So around about that time I deferred a year and then ended up going to study music after. But it was like a thing of like I had to have like a bad experience in order for me to be like, oh yeah, maybe then I should start doing music. Because it's not like you don't meet anyone who's like, oh, this guy's like successful. It could be something that you can do, you know. It's not,
and like in Britain it is such like, there's no obviously real government support. Like culturally there's like a lot of contempt.
I think in Britain there is a lot of support in a specific area. London has like a significant amount of like cultural support for musicians. Like it's insane how much. It's obviously not enough like in comparison to other countries, but like London is great. Like as a young musician from a working class background, you can have free music lessons, you can be taught by some of the greatest players. When we're talking about jazz anyway, you can go to Brit School, which is free. You just have to get in by audition. If you look at the alumni of Brit School, I mean, it's like it's everyone, right?
Yeah, people think it's like a pay for school.
It's ridiculous. It's free, you know. So like, you know, London is awesome. Like, no, Newcastle's like there's nothing. So it's like there's the big. I think it's important to make that like comparison clear. Like it's rough for you know, especially like working class lads from like single mom households who obviously like don't always have money for everything, like can't pay for music lessons or whatever. Like we were fortunate enough to have each other to bounce off, like because obviously King was going to do something else. I was like just doing all sorts of stuff, you know. We were both like quite naughty when we were younger as well, you know, and like fortunate to have music as like an outlet, I guess. Because I was going to go in like the army at one point and I was doing all sorts of shit, you know. It's just like you don't, I don't know, it's important to talk about, I think. What
was it like for you, like growing up, like your parents or like your mums and like friends and like your schools? What was the reaction or the response you got from people?
My mum and dad are like, I mean, they've like never been together since I was born, but like my dad was a drum and bass DJ. My mum was like a raver. So like in the 90s rave scene, like obviously they're super like open-minded like music heads, so they were always like very supportive of me, thankfully, you know. Like this is like my dad's dream to have like what my mum and dad's dream to have like what we've got going on now. Wicked. I mean, my mum absolutely hates jazz, but like my dad loves it. But you know, it's like,
isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's funny.
Do you reflect on that now?
Yeah, I mean, she loves rock, so it's like I grew up on like Sabbath and stuff at her, Wicked. You know, with her at her house, and then my dad was always like Herbie and you know Miles and Mingus and stuff like that. So they've always been like ultra supportive, to be honest.
That's
I know slightly different views.
Yeah, a little bit different. I mean, like my mum got me into music, so like I have her to thank, because she's like does music herself. She's like released some songs on like Spotify and all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
But she always saw music as like a hobby, because like I think it was more of like literally just like a cultural thing where she didn't know anyone who was like a full-time musician, and music as a job didn't really seem like something. It seemed like too far-fetched to be like something that like you can aspire from, like especially from like little Newcastle. You know, it's not like so like it took a while to like get into it, but when the results started to show, that's when I think it started to be like, okay, this seems like something that I could.
And like the money comes later, right? I think that's a big thing.
Definitely, yeah.
Ferg, I feel like we're taking your bike away, but like, what's your experience with like, you know, being, you know, family and friends? Because we are definitely, no matter who you are, no matter how mentally strong you are affected by the people around you, right?
Yeah, I mean, my parents have always been like crazy supportive. There's always this like this background thing. My mum was always saying like, yeah, when you get a real job, this kind of thing. But like, I think bottom line, it's like super, like I was super lucky. My dad always showed me like old school like fusion records, like Mauvais Orchestra and Billy Cobham and stuff like this. And my older brother's a drummer, so I was like, I grew up in a very musical environment basically. I was very, very lucky for that.
People are accepted about it. They understand it. I think there's like an understanding element.
Yeah, definitely. I think I don't, like, similar to these guys, like I only realized like in my later teen years basically that it was possible to kind of go to London. It seems so far away. Like my brother studied music at Leeds, and until I was like 17 I was like, yeah man, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Leeds. It's gonna be, it's gonna be class. I'm gonna go to Leeds, like near Newcastle. I know loads of people that went there. And then like only when I was like pretty much 18 did I realize like it is possible to like make the jump to London. And like
we didn't even know about Trinity. Like I didn't. This is the thing. This is what I was just talking about. Like in the Northeast, we didn't even know that like these places even existed. Like I didn't know anything about Trinity, to be honest. I found it like online when I was like searching stuff up, and I found this conservatoire, and I looked at like the alumni, and it was like obviously like people who we'd like heard in jazz, you know, like Nabaya and Ezra and whatever. It's just like, and then you move down. Obviously, we eventually got in. Moved down.
How was the application process? Because
we kind of took the piss, to be honest. Like we were like drinking through our application process. And stuff. We had like a little studio in Newcastle, and we were just like, because we were like in a place where nobody played music. We were the only people, and we were well into jazz. We were like, we're absolutely class. But you know, we weren't surrounded by musicians, so we were like, we didn't know what the standard was. So we were just arrogant. We were just like, all right, well, it's going to be fine. We were just playing the studio. We recorded the audition tape in the studio, and we were just like, it was on a Saturday or Friday, and we were like getting ready to go out in the big market, and we were just like, played these tunes. We were like drinking through the thing. We're like, it'd be fucking fine. Like we're class anyway. And sent it in.
That's the vibe. That's the looseness.
It managed to get a scholarship anyway. So it's like chill. But I look back and I'm like, God, they were all like, we sounded horrific. Like it's like I've still got them, and I listen back and I'm like, Christ, like we're lucky that we're like we managed to get in. But that's what I'm saying. Then you move down, and it's like Tomorrow's Warriors and Julian Joseph and all this like amazing stuff. It's just like, oh man, imagine like that was up north. Like
it's something I think about a lot, and like
game changing, you know,
naturally comes up in these chats is like that ability to kind of sort of be deluded enough to be like, I'm going to do it, but without being an arsehole or a wanker to hang out with, not being like an arrogant person.
Yeah, that's like, I think we've always just, I think like being from, at least in my experience, I think similar to King's, like being from like single mom who is like very like really strong, like really like inspirational, for me has always been like a massive reason for like my drive. She's always been like, you can basically do whatever, and she has this thing where she's just so driven and like committed to everything that she does, that it's had a massive impact on me. So I think me and King have always just been the same, where it's always been like, we've never had a doubt that like it's gonna go somewhere. There's never like, it's always just been like, nah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And if you like believe it and you keep grafting for long enough, it's just it does just happen. Never really come from like an academic sort of background. Like even at Trinity, I find that like the best work I've done, or the best stuff I've done, has been like 90% like independent work. But it's just like having enough belief in yourself to just be like, I'm just gonna go for it and give it a go and see what happens. Like, you know, and I guess it just works. Doesn't it? Just belief, really.
You make the time.
It's belief.
No other option.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you know.
Appreciate the chat. Like, good to meet you. Like, music's so good.
Pleasure.
And, like,
Thanks for having us.
We got some links
man.
in the Rum Bar in Deptford.
Yeah.
Just to end with, I'm a big fan of like, I love hearing about like the stories of shit jobs.
Okay, yeah,
and
nice.
You know, when you live those like when you work those short-lived
stories, yeah.
those short-lived shit jobs.
I did.
What are the biggest memories?
The worst one I ever did was I had as soon as I was 16, I got a job straight away, same as King pretty much, and like I worked in a call center doing market research, and it was you like literally just like cold calling people and trying to get people to do surveys.
Classic.
And I would do it, and they had like a quota where you would have, if you got a certain amount of surveys, you would get like a bonus and stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, it's mostly chance, like, depends who you call. So, like, if you didn't get enough in a day, they'd like bring you into the office and start like roasting you. They'd be like, you're not trying.
That's
hard
like
enough.
the charity shot chugging, like the charity, like the street charity stuff.
It was horrific. It was actually awful. It was a terrible job. I did it through lockdown as well. My mum wasn't working, and her partner at the time wasn't working. So I was just like, I have this job, I can do it from home. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I packed it in after like 6 months. I'd already done it. I did it for like a year, or maybe like 6 to 7 months, like outside of lockdown, and then I did it for like 4 months in lockdown. I was just, I can't.
I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah.
You know, I said I worked the pub up here for like 8 months. It felt like 5 years. Do you know what I mean? Like those sorts of jobs.
Yeah.
Do feel like the clock goes slowly. You can't clock watch.
Yeah. Oh mate, I had like a bunch of odd jobs. I mean, like before I was old enough to work, my main source of income was like selling beats online. So I used to like, my brother taught me how to produce on Logic, and then I used to like sell beats. There's still some like tracks that I made that like this like Korean rapper bought for like 100 quid. And obviously 100 quid when you're like 14, 15 is like $1 million. This is crazy. I bought some new shoes, bought everything. Like this is sick. And then after that, I ended up working for Octopus Energy doing street sales, and that was like 100% commission, pyramid scheme kind of vibe. It was the only job I could get. I mean, I did that for like a whole summer, and it was like you're just standing on the streets of Newcastle, like being like, how do you pay for your gas and electric? And like if you ask people like twice, they're like, can you just fuck off? Like, bro, I'm gonna fucking punch your head in if you ask me again, bro. Getting like abuse. After that, got a job at Pizza Express at the Metro Centre. It was okay. I mean, it was fine.
After
it was just
the
like
street stuff.
Yeah, after the street stuff, finally got like a normal like chain job. That was fine. But like I got food poisoning on my last shift, which is horrible.
From the food at pizza.
From the food, yeah, from the pizza at pizza. Yeah, it was it was like literally like I was like.
Do you know what you had?
Just like a normal like pizza, I don't know, like
chicken or something.
Yeah, pepperoni chicken pizza. Yeah, but it was something that had been going around that whole day. Like one person got sent home, and I was like, oh, okay, fair play. And then like one of the chefs got sent home, and I was like, oh, who's next? And then it was me. It was peak. Yeah.
Have you done the? They've got the jazz bar downstairs, don't they, in Soho? What is that like? In Soho, have you played there?
Yeah, with other people. It's cool. It's like it's got a weird layout there because like
classic fucking London. It's like here's a really fancy jazz venue. You can't have any. You can have like a bottle of Peroni, and you can have food before 6 p.m. It's just like, oh fuck off. I'm not coming here.
Pizza Express aren't going to be sponsoring the podcast.
Yeah.
And how about you, Ferg?
Mate, honestly, I was super lucky that I never really worked like jobs as a kid, because when I was like, by the time I was like 14, I was playing with these guys. So, like, a little bit of pocket money here and there. I mean, shit time with these guys.
It's the real price.
That is true though. He was like 15 when he started.
Very lucky.
Did you meet? Then how did you connect?
Oh wow, this is a great story. Basically, we saw this video online of Ferg playing with this big band, which is a youth big band called Jambone, and he was wearing this Russian hat, and we watched it and we were like, oh my god, this guy sounds epic. So then I spent like literally like months trying to hunt this guy down, and I texted like every single person that I knew, or like every single person that might have been part of that organization, being like, do you know who this guy is?
Do you know the guy with
and
the
then
Russian
like
hat is?
got sent around the houses, didn't, and then finally one guy was like, oh, it's this guy. So then sent him a message being like, hey man, do you want to come have a play with us, blah blah blah. And at the time he was doing his GCSEs, he was like, yeah, maybe after my exams. Then we would have to wait like 5 months, no like contact with this guy. Finally texts us back being like, hey, yeah, I'm actually free now. And then
yeah, I mean, he's basically told my side. So I get this message of these guys. We actually we were like arranging to have a jam. We actually made a playlist. Collaborative playlist of tunes.
I don't even remember
tunes
that.
we wanted to play. I chose some like really nerdy jazz ones. And then I went to have a play. I was like super nervous. My legs were like shaking and stuff. I probably said about 5 words the entire time.
Yeah, you were really shy, to be fair. Look at you now, man.
Yeah.
That's the difficult thing, you know, when everyone's older than you, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I feel like I've been probably kind of from doing music, I've always been surrounded by like older people from a young age. So I think it's been positive and negative. I think in some ways I'm kind of maybe more mature than the average person my age.
Yeah. In some ways, and
but then other ways it's peak, or other ways. So yeah,
he's very mature. In socially, creatively, he's like one of the most mature people I've ever met.
That's nice, isn't it?
And other things,
but
and that's great to hear. Like the music's like unreal, and I think what it is already doing and will continue to do is get people who aren't necessarily massively into jazz into jazz.
Yeah.
You know,
hopefully, yeah.
Because I think it's like just the people that you are and the energy you give off. It's very approachable, you know, and accessible. You know, that's wicked.
I mean, the plan would be to try and get into that more like, I don't know, break off from that like jazz label, you know, especially the UK jazz thing.
How does that work then? Because like obviously when you listen to a lot of the record, like the spoken word stuff, that's such a great intro. It's such a great intro track to the record because that just it's like, okay, I don't like forget genre as tags out the window. Yeah. This is whatever I'm listening to right now.
That's kind of what. Yeah, that's like exactly what I wanted to do with that intro. It was just like, you know, I just been watching loads of films and stuff, and I was just like, imagine we just had this like Disney-esque like monologue, which like opened the whole thing up.
Yeah. And it works so well with the name of the record and the cover.
Yeah,
it's like a community thing. Yeah. You know, it's like it's like almost like a best man speech or something.
Yeah, and it was meant to be intended as like a way of explaining all the themes which you hear in each tune, but without having. So originally we didn't have spoken word on anything apart from the intro when we started to record the album, right? And so like it was like all these tunes which we had themes for, you know, like Carpet Doctors about like life after prison and the experience of being, you know, incarcerated, basically. Never Gonna Be a Box is about like toxic masculinity, and Zero Blues about alcohol. They were all meant to be like instrumental tracks. So the idea was that this intro would be like a nod to these themes,
almost like a bibliography or
exactly like
glossary or something.
Yeah, like a fairy tale. And I was just like, imagine we had this like Rachmaninoff sort of like classical like orchestral thing with this just like super thick accent like Geordie dude, just like mono. But then it was so good, we were just like, fucking hell, like you got to come and do War Jackie. We did this War Jackie thing. We had the march at the start. We're like, imagine he did this. Me and King we were all talking about it. It's like, let's try it here, blah, blah. And he ended up just being like with us for the whole week, and he would just write stuff in the mornings and just come in the evening and just like bang it out, and it just became this like beast of thing where like we're still like with the next album it's like developed into this whole other thing. It's like super exciting, man.
So you said someone else did the spoken word?
So it's not us, it's this guy Cooper Robson. He's a ginger poet. He's like ginger
he's a
Geordie ginger poet with a massive mullet and big
ginger genius.
Geordie ginger genius guy.
And he doesn't. Does he play with you? Like, what do you do with it?
Yeah, he tours with us and stuff now. So he's part of the lineup and stuff. And he's like, he kind of stands at the back of the stage and narrates and like does like bits of like spoken word throughout. And right now it's kind of like, you know, we have bits of him on stuff, but I think going forward it's going to be more of an integral part. Like the music will be like songs, but like this, instead of being sung, it's like you have this word. So a lot of the time when you hear spoken word in London, it's just like, oh god, this is so lame. Crashing waves, and it's like it's quite like middle class and a bit like, you know. And Cooper, he's just super down to earth. He's talking about Wetherspoons and he's talking about, you know, kebabs and pickled onions and like just like relatable shit, you know. It's like you can't.
I think like John Cooper Clarke can be a good reference.
He's
to that,
awesome.
Like that. You know, he's like punk rock.
Like that, that Arctic Monkeys track he wrote, you know, it's just so awesome. It's just like, he's a genius. Yeah, that is a good comparison, I would say, I think. But yeah.
Wicked. Ferg, King Stan, thanks so much.
Thank you, man.
Hell yeah. Thank
pleasure,
you.
Man.
Thank you for coming to the dungeon.
Thanks for having us, man.
Dungeon.
This is cool.
This is awesome, yeah.
Thanks to the Miller.
Wayne's World. Fine time.
So that was Knats, Ferg, King and Stan. They've released an incredible record called A Great Day in Newcastle. Go Go and listen to it if you know what's good for you. It is absolutely incredible. Produced by Geordie Greet from Black Midi. You're going to love it. Cheers for listening to this episode. We've had loads of great guests on 101 recently, including Stuart Lee, Kevin Morby, and coming up we've got Emma Doran, Truman Sinclair, Lewis of Man, and we'll be down there at Great Escape. So subscribe to get new stuff. Cheers.
In Michigan, you can feel the energy everywhere in the fresh breeze of a riverfront stroll or nightlife that hums with electricity. Let it bring you together in pure Michigan. Find your season at Michigan.org.
She does a lot for your family. Mother's Day is your chance to show her you see it with a gift from a brand trusted for generations to help people get the moment right. 1-800-Flowers. With double blooms from 1-800-Flowers, buy 1 dozen roses and get another dozen for free. It's a bigger gesture, backed by 50 years of experience delivering fresh flowers, so you can feel confident sending something that lands. Show up for her with double blooms at 1-800-Flowers.com/Spotify. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/Spotify.
Hello, it's Giles here from 101 Part-Time Jobs. If you like what we're doing and you'd like to support us, you can. For £1, £4 or £10 a month at our Patreon, patreon.com/101 Part-Time Jobs. You can help support our independent production. We are so happy with the way this is going. We appreciate all of you listening and watching our episodes. So thank you for being here. If you'd like to take it that one step further, you can. That's at patreon.com/101 Part-Time Jobs. Cheers.